Hello, crew, and welcome to another Nerds in the Word Gluten Tog. To you, to Solomon. Hello there, Pilo. Yes! The banana! The banana. Ooh, the banana. Ooh, today, instead of banana, we have a carrot muffin. Yeah, that's right, a carrot muffin. I actually love these because they're super moist. The only thing that could beat, and I repeat, the only thing that could beat a carrot muffin, other than obviously a chocolate chip banana muffin, but like, come on, let's not get greedy here. Let's not get greedy. If I could have zucchini bread or like a zucchini muffin, ooh, the moisture on it would just be ooh. Hola, I had the stream open and was still surprised when you started talking. Well, I do my darndest, Pilo. I try to be as surprising as possible. Funny thing, our multi-chat still is not fully working properly. I don't know why it's doing that. Ever since this latest update, every other text is great. The actual font is brutal. So, like, my screen just looks absolutely nuts. And those of you who are listening on the podcast, I'm sorry that you don't get to see the horrible, tiny screens. I love that I can see the chat, though, via the chat in the video. That's the important part. Zucchini muffin. Woo! Canadians sure are strange. Dude. Chocolate zucchini muffins? Yo, Pilo. Pilo. We need to have a conversation on baking. And on how there needs to be more of that going on. We should just have a cooking/baking stream. Is really what it is. Like, Delicious in the Dungeon kind of vibes. And yes, I said Delicious in the Dungeon because A, it's nerdy. B, it's D&D. C, Hoff would love it. D, I would love it. And that's where I'm stopping because D&D. That was supposed to be a joke. Anywho. Fire team cooking. Yes, provide the stuff and I'll provide the product. Pilo, you may have a thing. The only problem is we need a good kitchen for it. So we'd have to, like, move our setup for everything. Oh, man, I have to watch this. Okay, Rabbi would be on here yelling at me because I dipped my muffin in my coffee. And he'd be like, bleh. Gross, wrong answer. Only right answer is coffee and muffin. Oh, yeah. Moist with extra coffee loving moisture. That's dangerous. Best coffee cookies are the Biscoff ones. I'll agree to disagree on that. My favorite thing for a coffee. Okay, this is going back to college days. Get ready, kiddos. Are you ready, kids? Sorry, that was horrible. All the millennials all of a sudden had trauma and heard like a bunch of yell, "Aye, aye, Captain!" in the back of their head, so I'm sorry. They had coffee in those days? Wow. Thank you, Solomon. Respect your elders. No. My favorite thing to do in coffee during college was when I had a late night class, because, you know, you'd have classes that started at 7 and at 10, and you're like, what honest, loving, good person wants to do this. Like, that's just nuts. But we did it. And it was often like the hardcore theology or the really intense Bible study ones, and you're like, are you serious? Where was this during the day, man? Give me light stuff during the night so I can, like, breathe. Anywho, all-day classes, they were the best. Note the head shaking in the video, and those of you, I can't demonstrate head shaking in a microphone. I don't know how to do that. Anywho, what I used to do is I'd get Twix bars, the Twix chocolate bars from our school cafe, our college cafe, and then I would take one at a time and swirl it like a stir stick in my coffee and mix it around so that the chocolate would sink in, and so it'd get to the wafer so that the wafer was actually like getting the cup. Left Twix or right Twix? I always started with the right Twix because it starts off on the right foot. Starts things off right. And there's my bad joke. Sorry. But yeah, I would start with the right one and then go to the left. But it was fantastic. Oh, Solomon, you saying boo to my jokes. I see how this is. I see how it is, Solomon. I'm only crying on the inside. Kidding. We're fine. I'm just gonna talk to my counselor about this next week. And then he'll tell you what to think, okay? Meanie. Oh, my sweet Lano. Thank you, Solomon, for throwing down the camps. That's what we're here for. It's for the good times and what we do. Special reminder, D&D camp. You should be hitting it up. Like, at this point, you guys should know automatically what I'm going to say. You'll want to sign up for it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. We're already prepping some DM stuff. We got people here that are getting training for other camps that I'm a part of. Because, you know, I'm all about bragging. So we're doing that, and part of that has been talking to them. I've already got one person that looks like they might sign up for Adventure Camp. And they're one of the volunteers helping out another camp. So I was like, oh, sweet, this is going to be a good round. Lots of teachable stuff and goodness. So, we're working on that. Getting more people out there. And yes, Muffin Camp would be great. I think Mike and Solomon need relationship counseling. Save the relation. Hey, me and Solomon, we're doing great, okay? We're doing great. Like, we talk, we catch up with each other, we make sure we're having a good time, we make fun of each other. That's what real friendship is about. When you can tease each other, you know you're doing well. Except I typically don't tease Solomon. Solomon, this is a little one-sided here. I'm starting to realize this. Why I haven't been dishing out enough. Well, now we really know what's gonna happen. I'm kidding. It's not gonna happen. It's good. It's good. I don't wanna beat up on Solomon. How dare you? Do I even have water? I do in this bottle. Ha ha! I still win, but I'm gonna have coffee first. Dang, another... Okay, yes, I get it. Have the water. You'll make fun of a chronically ill person? Yes. Because they started it. Usually Solomon's the one that starts it. I'm just the one who goes along with it. Solomon's like, that's it. You've lost me as a fan. I am no longer here. I'm going to just peace out right now. Done with all of you kind of vibe. That would actually be devastating if you did that, Solomon. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, listen to that water. Oh yeah. That water filling up ASMR, you know, that's what everyone is looking for these days. When you can hear water. If you needed to go to the washroom, you're welcome. I just helped you have an excuse to need to go to the washroom. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure your body functions are going properly. I know I can't help Solomon too much because he's strapped to a bed. Well, he's not strapped to a bed, but he's definitely not getting up from it too much. But we love him for that. We love him. By the way, we haven't had any GoFundMe projects started up for Solomon's mech bed. I'm a little disappointed, people. Like, come on. Solomon needs a mech bed so that he can fight bad guys while he's healing. Like, guys, don't you want Solomon to fight the evil that's over in Wales? Like, come on. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Bad guys? Ooh, the French? Oh my word. This is why we don't say stuff like that, Solomon. People don't like it when you do stuff like that. Also, couldn't miss Horse Boys streams. Right? Right? It's true. It's true. It would be sad if you pieced out. It would be horrible. It would be sad if anyone of you pieced out. Because, you know, then Mike is just crazy in his office talking to himself. And he already does that a little too much. And yes, Mike is referring to himself in the third person. Because sometimes Harold takes over. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a horrible joke. Please don't. Please don't get offended. We're just having fun. We're just poking fun at each other. Because that's what good friends do. And if you don't... mine's Patricia. Right? Right? You wait till Leonard shows up. He's not a fun guy. Ooh, punishment wheel idea. He can only talk in the third person. Yeah, but that's not much of a punishment if I already do that. That's the problem. Okay? It's not a problem when you can do it. I'm adding that to mine. Leonard? Yes. Oh, are you talking third person on the punishment wheel? Man, this is like morning coffee with Wilson. I hope you guys are having a great time. Remember, I like to have my coffee in my Superman cup because really, I miss my old man. Can I be real here for just a moment? Like, I'm gonna just be honest, and I'm sorry for those of you who listen to the podcast and you're like, just get to the Bible study. I'm sorry about that. But also, I'm not horribly sorry because this is what makes family family. I've been missing my dad. Today we had a little bit of spotting of rain, and I thought that, oh shoot, like, if I'm gonna rain, I best get my dad's jacket. And let me just show you my dad's jacket. It's not anything to be amazed by. It's this simple jacket. It's a nice little rain jacket, or a nice rain jacket. It's also really good for the fall. I actually wore this a lot during April for Walk to Mordor stuff. And it's made by Dickies, which is actually a Canadian clothing company that our hometown, actually, in Hanover, had a warehouse there, too. So, supporting local-ish. And this has been in the back of my car for the past few months. Just in case, like, it ever decides to rain, then I've got something to fall back on. Or if my kids get cold, they have kind of like another blanket that's not a blanket. Stuff like that. And it was funny, because I literally just put it up on the hook there. And I caught a whiff of my dad. You don't realize you miss somebody till you have no access to certain things that are just them anymore. And it's been really nice. Like, just seemed like such a weird stalker vibe of just like, oh, smelling and just stuff like that. But guys, I was really shocked that it still kept his scent. It's been in my car for months, I figured, but over time, the scent would just go away and fade. Still smells like him. And a couple of times when I've worn it, it's like my dad was hugging me again. And my dad and I only hugged when we were going away. Or when we'd say hi. But it's like he's saying, "Hello, Mike. Been a bit. Thought you were dead." Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, it just hit. So, thank you for that little bit of a moment. Sorry that it took a little bit of time there, but it really, it's just interesting how life can hit, right? And how things can hit. And certain things you miss, or certain things you're like, I gotta hold on to that legacy. It's really kind of cool. And I totally agree, Philo. Grief sucks. That's awesome that you have notes from your grandma's Bible. That's like super cool. I want to pick up my dad's Bible. I'm not gonna lie, but I've kind of left it at Mom's, just for the sake of then anyone else can read it. I already have my grandmother's Bible, which has like some family and lineage and stuff like that. But there's some things in there that Dad had taped into his Bible, and I thought that was kind of cool. And so, odd time I reflect on it. But anywho, thank you for that moment. All right, guys, here's a funny thing. All right, shifting different note tone. Wilson had a silly Wilson vibe moment where I've totally forgot my iPad at home. And so now I'm uploading like a tablet that we just had donated not too long ago and haven't been able to set up for different things and stuff like that. And I'm thinking of potentially using it for kind of a tablet that's around the office a bit, that we can use so that anyone can pick up and use it either to watch a stream or to do some interactive games, some load up, stuff like that. Yeah, an office tablet. And so, yeah. When you have awesome people that are willing to donate tablets and you're not used to that idea, now you go, okay, so what does that look like? Name him Scott. Can I call it Great Scott? Because then every time I get it, it's like, Great Scott! And then, or Scotty. Yeah, we gotta do, Scotty is a tempting one. That's dangerous. Anywho. What if I called him Michael and his last name's Scott? Office? Okay, I tried. Anywho, so it threw me for a loop. It was kind of crazy. Stuff like that. So we're back on the phone. Not that we're shocked on that or anything like that. I was thinking Michael Scott because of the office. Right? I should have the greatest boss tattoo or greatest boss mug on there. That's what I should get for a sticker on there. There's lots of things we should be doing. I want to get the ghost as a sticker on the case too. That would be cool. By the way, guys, I want to show off this thing really quickly, and then I'll stop wasting your precious time because, like, legit, I just don't know how to be quiet. It's an actual problem. I'm pretty sure a doctor would be like, Mike, you just don't know what to do. So after our wonderful chat yesterday on talking about a ghost mascot, I gotta show off the AI that's been thrown down. Had a migraine and was feeling death yesterday. Dang, sorry to hear that, Philo. That really bites. That really does suck. Here, guys, I'll show you. This is a ghost creation by our very own Solomon. via AI awesomeness and stuff like that. I love that this looks like, for those of you who are listening, it like Ghost from Destiny. You need to play Destiny because Destiny is awesome, and then you just look up Ghost from Destiny. But this case, this is like stained glass vibe. I love this one. Like, I thought it was just so cool. That was a stained glass kind of look. Very old school-esque church window. I love the cross in the center. It's fantastic. These are potential mascots for Graphic Word because, you know, we believe in the Holy Ghost. Well, in this case, it's like the ghost that's on your back. And then there's this one that's like so good on the nose. Solomon knew what I was like digging, some of that. I'm the light of the world. And the whole idea that like Christ is our light, but we are part of that and sharing that. We have the ghost that's alongside us. It's got the Graphic Word colors to it as well. Stained glass because we're supposed to show him through us. Oh, Pilo's got it. Okay, I like the text though. I will say that, Solomon. The text I thought was very cool, very, very nice vibes. I don't know why I started talking like that. I'm so sorry that you had to hear that. Wilson scaring the audience like nonstop. We don't talk about it, or we don't talk about Bruno either. But you know, that's a whole other side note on what things we don't talk about. And there we go. Now we fix things. Pilo, I keep on fixing things. I'm so sorry. At least it wasn't on Pilo's. It was on mine. Because this is Pilo's. It's got the cool like little thing. Like, look at that, guys. Look at that. That emblem is so cool. Okay, I need to stop yoinking Pilo's stuff. But we don't talk about Bruno. We sing about him. That's right. Don't you forget it, people. But yeah, we have these cool ghosts. They're awesomely created via AI by our amazing dude, Solomon. I really want to make a ghost that's just for us, like legitimately a Graphic Word ghost. I'd love to have it as an actual mascot and then like have it as one of our stickers. We do have our Eyes Up Guardian sticker, which by the way, I'm looking at getting both the text print and then just the regular ghost print, just to increase curiosity. But maybe I should have text with the ghost one, because the colored one, like the one that we have that pop up in the chat, like you guys saw it earlier. Yeah, we'll see. Throw down your thoughts. What do you think we should be doing? And then you should be like, Wilson, hurry up, get to the stream. Like, what is this? This is silly hour. We're at 23 minutes, haven't even opened the Bible yet. Just wait till they see DJ ghosts. Oh my word. All right, who's ready to dive into the Bible finally? Like, ready to actually, you know, do the thing we're supposed to do 23 minutes in. This is ridiculous. I appreciate you guys just sticking with me. Be sure to like and subscribe. That's all I got. Family distracts family. 100%. Okay, today we're going to be reading Psalm 114. And I will admit, guys, I actually talked to my daughter on this one. I had some expertise brought in by my daughter. And the reason why this is a Bible stream, I thought this was a rambling stream. I'm very good. We should maybe call it Rambling Brooks by Wilson. Rambling Brooks by the Wilson. I don't know. Maybe I just need to do a stream by a river and just keep on talking. That would be funny. A stream by the stream while I just keep bubbling like a bubbling brook. If you do any Nerd in the Word, I will. If I do it, okay. Well, that will be fine. It'll just be longer streams, and then you'll probably boost our viewership anyways. Because whenever Pilo is online, like in person, she just like things all of a sudden go really well. And so I have a river I can stream by. Yes. So I've got a bay. The electronics doesn't work by that though, and I don't think there's Wi-Fi. We can figure it out. It's because I sing what I think. That's fair. It's understandable. So back to my daughter, I was asking her for expertise because my daughter is always like, "Oh, Dad, can I like be part of the stream? Can I help and stuff like that?" And it's like, well, like you won't be here, but like I'm gonna read this thing to you. And she's like, "Well, actually, Dad, can you do a talk on the movie that we watched? We watched K-pop Demon Hunter, and it's on Netflix. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it slaps. It's not like brain-numbing craziness, but it's actually really good. I recommend, if you have not watched it, take the hour and a half to do it and enjoy it. I'm not a guy for like K-pop music, but it reminds me of like anime intro vibes, and I love it. And it's just like a K-pop crew, like this trio of girls who fight demons, and that's as far as I'm going to go on that. But there was some like really intense moments, and my daughter has fallen in love with it. She's only seen it twice, and she almost has the songs memorized. Twice, and almost had the songs memorized. People, what? My 6-year-old girl, what is that? So it was kind of nuts and stuff like that. Right? I have said K-pop now a few times, and the stream has woken up. Anywho, so then my daughter's like, okay, your stream should have like K-pop in it. And I'm like, well, let's read the scripture and we'll see if it works out. So, guys, I'm going to read the scripture and then I'll point out to you where my connection that I see with the K-pop movie is. And there is actually a relatable thing, which is hilarious. Like, did not anticipate it. I thought I was just, dealing with my daughter. And yes, I am stretching. Thank you. How far along are we? 10%. Look at that. Proud moment. All right. As a K-pop aficionado, this should be interesting. Oh, snap. Okay. We're at Psalm 114, FYI. Psalm 114. Grab your bibbles. Gribbin your bibbles, as Nuggets would say. And let's do this. When the Israelites escaped from Egypt, when the family of Jacob left that foreign land, the land of Judah became God's sanctuary, and Israel became his kingdom. The Red Sea saw them coming and hurried out of the way. The water of the Jordan River turned away. The mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs. What's wrong, Red Sea, that made you hurry out of their way? What happened, Jordan River, that you turned away? Why, mountains, did you skip like rams? Why, hills, like lambs? By the way, this is fun, rhyming vibes and stuff like that. Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob. He turned the rock into a pool of water. Yes, a spring of water flowed from solid rock. You gotta read this in the message. Okay. So now that you read it in NLT, now that we've read it in NLT, pictures, brains, got it? Good. We're gonna hop on over to the message one because apparently the message is just mind-blowing. Okay, here it goes, guys. Get ready. Message translation. After Israel left Egypt, the clan of Jacob left those barbarians behind. Judah became holy land for him. Israel, the place of holy rule. Sea took one look and ran the other way. River Jordan turned around and ran off. The mountains turned playful and skipped like rams. The hills frolicked like spring lambs. What's wrong with you, sea, that you ran away? And you, River Jordan, that you turned and ran off? And mountains, why did you skip like rams? And you, hills, frolic like spring lambs? Tremble, earth, you're in the Lord's presence, in the presence of Jacob's God. He turned the rock into a pool of cool water, turned flint into fresh spring water. I hope you were wearing headphones for that, because I like intentionally threw down the bass, people. Like, come on. The bass should have been vibrating your brain, wrecking it, stuff like that. But anywho, super intense mode. Dang, that's actually really cool. That's a unique style imagery. All right. Here we go. So clearly this is the development of how Israel goes into the land, how they are progressing forward and stuff like that. That sounded similar to how I imagined the reading from Star Wars opening would be. Right. You know, maybe I should just do that for one stream, is just read the Star Wars intros and do the commentary of what is going on in the intergalactic universe. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I go into that mode. Anywho. No. Here we have it where God is making progress in like pushing forward, right? Like he is the one who is setting the path for his chosen people, the Israelites, through Egypt, the family of Jacob into the foreign land, into the promised land. The land of Judah became God's sanctuary, and Israel became his kingdom. Okay, so you're setting the precedent of how God is laying out the land, how he is providing space providing space for the Israelites. But this is like one of the things about the poetic literature in this case, is that they actually really sat in the poetry level of it. Because, you know, everyone's heard of the Red Sea story, right? You know, Israel is pinned up against the Red Sea. There's nowhere to go. Pharaoh's army's coming, and they freak out at God. God tells Moses, stretch out his staff, boom, all of a sudden split and stuff like that, right? And it's just kind of like, oh, and of course, like, Prince of Egypt, full year focus on just this opening of the Red Sea. Graphics-wise, is just mind-blowing craziness, goodness. Same thing with then going into the Jordan River during flood season. Again, it's not like the Red Sea where it would have been huge. However, the Jordan River in the midst of flood season, it's like done. It's like done, figured out, and stuff like that. It's fantastic. But then here we come into the fact that it's not just the waters that are parted, but it's the land, it's the territory, it's the things that could potentially create hazards for the Israelite people. This would be people from the mountains, if they are just coming into the territory and they are in the mainlands, the level lands, or the lowlands. This would have been a problem for them. But it's like, nope. There will be nobody against my fam jam. Like, it's like the earth waves in this case. The mountains are just like, shoo, nope, get out of here. Shoo. Nothing's going to stop my peeps. And it's just kind of like crazy that the opportunity is going on. Yeah, he Thanos snapped. Like that. Boom. And so, like, God parting through this, where you're seeing the Red Sea saw them coming and hurried other way. This is personification of inanimate things, right? And we know that typically the Red Sea is a symbolism of chaos. And the Jordan River is like the main vein of water, but it also can be chaotic because of flood season. It's too much. Thank you, Solomon, for the woo chaos. I see you. But sheer presence is what's actually causing all these things to tremble, to move, to quake, to shift, to go, adios, muchachos, and then back off, right? Like, okay. Yeah, okay. So, if you know me and you know Solomon, we're big Bleach fans because Bleach is amazing. And there's one particular... say hello to my little friend, right? Like, 100%. Okay, Kenpachi, sure. Okay. Kenpachi's a good one, okay? Kenpachi, I'll work with the Kenpachi, but I will jump on to another example. So, Kenpachi Zaraki He's one of the captains of in Bleach, and just this dude's demeanor is like mess around and find out. Like, legitimately, if you were to summarize what his demeanor is very much like, it's mess around and find out. Push it and see how it goes. I prefer Meme Titch in my Tamagotchi. 100%. Tamagotchi is cool. But the sheer power of this guy standing around either invokes fear, and in the anime series, there's this thing about how there's spiritual pressure. And when someone who's got so much spiritual power or pressure is around, it's like as if it's like sucking the oxygen out of the space, drawing it to themselves, and everyone else is weakened, forced low. Another great example of this is Old Man Yamamoto. And Old Man Yama, all he did was stand. He didn't even like show off his Bankai or anything. He just like started releasing some of his spiritual pressure. And all the lieutenants are like half near downed. The other captains are like, whew, I forgot how powerful Old Man Yama's presence was just to be around him. And it's just like, what? Huh? But when I read this passage, and the title of this is Cue Hero Entrance Music. And I'm thinking of specifically when Ichigo gets into boss fight mode, where he first gets his Bankai. And we've done this episode way on back, eons ago. Those of you who part of the original days, you get it. Those of you in the new days, this is Ichigo. That's Ichigo. He's super cool. He's a Soul Reaper. He just seems like average and stuff like that. But the big thing about Ichigo is he just keeps getting powerful and powerful and powerful. And essentially, Bankai is like supposed to be this big release that only captains can do. And he commands his Bankai, and he does it by calling out his sword's actual name. When he does this, literal tornado forms around him as he calls it, and then it's like air just shifts. And he's got this new form. He looks like super imposing with like all black suit. And it's just like, all right, we gonna start something here? Like, this is kind of the mode that when we are... hot take. Ichigo has the most boring Bankai fight. Yes, it's boring in that it's not flashy, but it's not boring for what it can just go and do. It's just essentially power condensed into a small item and just nuts, broken, craziness. That's my opinion, but I also love Ichigo. Ichigo's my man. Anywho, how does this pertain to Psalm 114? This is like when God decides to step into boss mode. When things are between him and his kids, or his kids' safety, or like the goal that he has for his kids is being hindered by other things, it's like knuckle crack mode. Like it's happening. We're getting serious. We're getting into that mode. All right, you done messed with my kid. Now I'm gonna deal with it. This is like back to Psalm 18, where like when we're reading how David just feels like he's overwhelmed, he's drowning in the chaos and all the things that are going wrong, and it's like, and God stepped down from the heavens, and he like, the earth shakes, everything. It's just like his breath pierced the ocean, split it, exposed the ocean floor. He pulled me out. It's like, oh, you done goofed with the wrong guy. Sorry for the random voiceovers. You're welcome, though. But that's the thing about it, is like it's just boss mode. Like you have the Red Sea hurrying out of the way. You're like, the seas don't do that. Well, Red Sea was like, we're getting out of here. The water of the River Jordan turned away. Like, you want to read that, you find that in Joshua. And you read about, I believe it's Joshua chapter 3 or chapter 2. One of them. And it was all, see you later. I like that, Velo. That was a good pun. Proud of you. Good stuff. Thumbs up. Wilson, thumbs up. But, like, literally, we have things that shouldn't be bothering with people. In fact, people should be dealing with and figuring it out. Moving out of the way. Mountains are skipping like rams and hills like lambs. Like, they are just like, whoop, get out of here. Whoop, get out of here. Peace out. Tater would have loved it, Solomon. Wow. Speaking for Tater. But I love how after the description's going on, it's like the question, why is this happening? How come nature itself is just like, get out of the way or get yeeted kind of vibe and stuff like that? Oh, Solomon, that's a dangerous thought. Tater needs his own ghost. You could totally do that. Oh my goodness. We are so diving into fandom hard too much here. Okay. But I love how verse 5 and 6 here, okay? So we just kind of like covered 1 and 2. The whole idea that like God has created a way for the Israelites, has created space for them. And this is like their journey into the promised land, right? This is how God is able to deal with the natural in supernatural ways, and to either provide or create escape or create a way for his people to be able to be taken care of. And specifically 5 and 6 is just like, why is this a thing? Like, how did this happen? Like, who? It's like the request that Jesus puts out there to like, you can move mountains too by the size of a mustard seed. You're like, So you mean like barely any faith and I can start moving mountains? Yo, mountain, move. Nothing happened. No, it's just processing the sheer power and might that God has, and it's reflecting on the past and stuff like that. I've tried. They're pretty sassy, right? You know, talking to mountains, they just lip off. They're pretty hard-headed. Okay, I tried. But I love this, all right? I love this. Verse 7 and 8 is really where we are sitting on this, okay? 7 and 8 right here. Tremble, O earth, as the presence of the Lord. Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord. At the presence of the God of Jacob. So, don't just tremble at, like, any being. No. Tremble at the God of Jacob. The one who's connected to Jacob, to Isaac, to Abraham. The promise, the one that says you are going to have your own land, you're going to have your own space. Boom. Trust it, and stuff like that. He turned the rock into a pool of water. Yes, a spring of water flowed from solid rock. And that's referring back to when they were thirsty. There just seemed like no way. It's like, fine. Water. Kind of nuts. They pull a cap and say, no, you move. Yeah, they do. Yeah. And that, like, this is really a short testimony, a short poem of a reminder of how God was there through it all, right? In the midst of it all, he was the one who was providing security and peace for the Israelites, but he was also providing the way for them that defied even nature itself to go like, and it's like, nope, we're doing this, suck it up. And so, like, if my God is for me, who can be against me? Absolutely. And that's from Joshua specifically, that reminder. And Joshua saw all of this, right? Like, Joshua would have seen all this and processed this. And so that's why he had confidence in following God's leadership. That's why he took meditation time with God seriously. That's why our whole like thing here, Joshua 1:8, is the idea that we meditate, we reflect on God's word daily. We hold it closely. We don't just take it as kind of like, oh, well, it's this fancy book and it's this thing. It's like, no. It's a thing. You need to get it through your head that this is a thing and it's an important thing. Like you need to know it. Because when you know it, you have confidence. When you know it, you know the God who's not just in the book, but who wrote the book, who is the one who's actively fighting for you, caring for you, investing in you. So my connection to this, to the K-pop hunters, because I know you guys have been waiting on this one. I know Solomon specifically has been waiting on this one. How I see this chapter, the psalm, connecting to the K-pop demon hunters, is like how the demon hunters can have this wave of demons come after them. And there's a few times where they've had these waves of demons that try and take them out, that are trying to like cause problems in the human world and stuff like that. And like these demon hunters are able to stand their ground and cut through what seems like impossible odds against them. 3 against like easily hundreds. And they kind of like stare it down, right? And just as Pilo threw down, right? Pulling the cap. No. You move. You get out of my way. I'm going to make this work. Mess around and find out kind of vibe. And like that's kind of how this force of the K-pop, but like they're doing this to protect humanity. They're doing it for a reason. God's doing this for a reason. He's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna mess around with stuff and like find out. It's like no. This is to bring Israel to the promised land, to bring them to the spot that's been promised to them by their great whatever, grandpappy and stuff like that, like Grandpa Abraham vibe, right? And so my takeaway is, we talked about how yesterday how we are supposed to be living out the kingdom, and we're supposed to be living out the kingdom in how we care for other people. But are we also living out this kingdom that God has built into our hearts, into our minds, into our relationship with him, because we are representatives of it. We are ambassadors of the kingdom. When you're an ambassador of a kingdom, there tends to be a little extra oomph behind it. There's a little bit more weight to your words, especially if you are representing a kingdom, right? So you're watching how you're presenting your kingdom to other people, but you're also kind of letting them know, this is how our kingdom does things. This is the things that we stand for. And these are like the non-negotiables of that kingdom. Because wherever we go, we are representing that. That's why you have these embassies that are technically little plots of land that are actually parts of other countries. Like, as soon as you enter them, technically you are in another country. Even though you might be like, yeah, but I'm within Canada. It's like, nope. As soon as you cross this threshold into this embassy, let's say for Africa, an embassy for Africa, you are technically then in Africa, where certain laws and stuff like that are prohibited to that. So the way that I see that with faith and how we're doing it, we are representatives of God. We are establishing and showing what his kingdom is, which is really, his kingdom is to bless other people. It's to bring freedom to people when they feel like they are held captive, when they are feeling like life is burdening them, their own guilt, their own like trash talking themselves, right? And we all have that. We all have our mess ups. We all have our own personal battles that we're fighting. And sometimes it's very directly battles with other people. Either way, we have this brokenness. But just like the Israelites had their own slavery, right, to Egypt, and Egypt was their master and kept bringing them down, telling them they were worthless, that they were only good as slaves. And they literally at a point where they just didn't have hope. God's the one who provides freedom, gives them a new identity, that they would be free, that they can trust and rely on Him. And then via the Ten Commandments, via the Torah, it's giving it a little snippets of like, what are the things that matter to God? And really the things that matter to Him is, how's your connection with Him, and how's your connection with others? Because your connection with Him will then pour out to others. And in pouring out to others, you're reaffirming your connection with Him because you're following His lead. So how confident are you in this God that you are following? How confident are you in Him that He is a waymaker? And we hear this worship song tons of times in churches. The waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. And we say it, and it sure sounds nice, and it sure feels nice sometimes. And especially when you feel like there's no way, it's a nice thing to say. But do you actually believe that? Do you trust that that's the God that you are listening to and following in your daily life? Is He legitimately this waymaker? Is He legitimately the one that can have such a presence about Him that a sea will split because, like, oh snap, we're going to get out of the way? Is it such a power that a river in flood season that would like easily carry away people would just go whoop, stop? Is the image and trust that you have in God so powerful enough that it knows that there's a God who would be able to say to mountains, hey, get out of the way, my kids need to have an easier way to get around here. Don't need some random threats popping out for them. I hate saying it. I do the same thing. I don't think on that level. I know He's powerful. I know He is awesome. I know He's reliable. I know He's faithful. I know He is the one who oversees everything. But me leaning on Him, I need to decide that. I need to step into that. I need to go, shoot. This is the God that can take care of me, that watches over me. And that in that case, I then need to love, take care of, and care for other people too. To take care of awesome peeps like you guys. And not that like you need Unky Mike holding your hand throughout the whole process or stuff like that, but to have people that come around side you to support you, to encourage you, to sometimes call you out. And that's the uncomfortable part. We don't always like call out, but we need it. When we have the confidence of knowing a God who does that, confidence that when we bring things in prayer like we're going to, that He can make a way out of these situations. He can make things happen. He's a God that can look at nature and go, no, you move. You move. So, that's my level of challenge. How do you see God, and how are you repping Him as an ambassador of this God? That's where I'm taking that. That's where my level of challenge is. All right, guys, it is time. It is time. It is time for prayer time. So if you got prayer requests, please throw it down into the chat. Yeah, throw it down there. I'll read it off gladly. We're going to keep on praying for Nuggets and crew in Bolivia. They are doing well so far. So far, good responses and stuff like that. I sent an image on Discord. Oh, we are so showing that at the end of the stream. That's amazing. That is so cool. Okay, Pilo. help with pain, but I also have an infusion tomorrow, so prayer that it would go safely and provide lots of relief. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll pray for that. We'll pray for some pain relief. I know Solomon's not going to ask for it, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to ask for prayer for Solomon, just that he would be getting better. Things have been getting a little bit more on the up and up, which is good, that we've continued to have more up and stuff like that. And so just praying that more things are on the up and up for Solomon, but also Pilo saying, with how my heart has been, I'm worried. Okay. We'll be praying for that. Praying for a steady heart, for calmness, for peace to be overcoming and all that. Continue to pray for our camps, guys. We had a new person sign up today. Pilo's getting serious here. Hey, Solomon's body, you better start behaving or I'll get on a plane. Yeesh. Aggression here. This is what family does, though. We yell at bodies that are being silly. It's a thing. Oh my word, there's even more. This is amazing. Solomon, you're too cool. So much more to show off. Guys, I'm going to ask for prayer. My left foot has been going a little funky. Don't worry. It's not a stroke. It's just pain. It's not anything like stroke-like that I'm aware of. After doing some research, it might be just some muscles in my feet that are kind of not getting used well or not stretched well. And so just prayer for that. I've been trying to do foot exercises. I was worried that it might be fallen arches. Too much tap dancing? Clearly. That's what I do in my spare time. How'd you know, Solomon? Do you have cameras in my house? No, I'm kidding. No. Yeah, I need prayer for that because my feet have just been sore, or my left foot specifically. My right foot's fine, but I'm trying to do different foot exercises to strengthen some muscles in there, and check what on earth is going on. Also, prayer for our bank stuff that we're trying to figure out. Don't worry, banking's okay. We're doing okay banking wise. It's more that we are working in the process of swapping our banks because after the experience of some of the financial craziness that we've gone through with money that came in from my dad after he passed away, but also just our bank that we've been using like an online banking, and it hasn't been really as reliable as we've been hoping, which has been very frustrating. And so we're just getting some stuff sorted out, so it's all good, but that would get resolved quickly. But more people for camp. That'd be awesome. Prayers. Keep on sharing the word about our RPG camp that's coming on up. Yeah, that's right. I'll throw it up again. RPG camp. That's right. Hit it up. It's gonna be good times. It's a great opportunity to be able to get involved for both game masters as well as adventure camp crews. It's just a good time. You should. Why are you sitting around? You should just do it. Join it, people, as Solomon says, right? Join it because it's fun. It's a good time and good learning opportunity. And you get to say you played games during the summer. You gonna complain about that? I think not. But yeah, we're trying to get stuff set up and people signed up for that as well. Yeah. So that's the prayer request that I'm throwing down there. So I'm just going to pray. And then I'm going to show off the cool bleach images that Solomon did because Solomon's amazing. Hey God, I just want to thank you for today. Thank you for this new day that you've given us. Thank you that you are the way maker, that you are the one that literally can provide ways out of what would seem impossible things, naturally impossible things. And yet, God, you're the one, just by being there, nature goes, oh shoot, we don't mess with that dude. Sheer presence of awesomeness. Boss mode activated. Cue hero music. Every time. just so good. God, I honestly do pray that we would remind ourselves of how awesome you are, and that really we get to be connected to you. We get to have our names even connected to you. That's an honor, and it's amazing, but also it's authority. I'm thinking against like spiritual stuff that's been going on. I feel like I've just been under attack a lot by different things. My family's been under attack. Provide the way, God. Provide the peace. Provide the presence in all of it. Help me to just rely on you, trust in you. God, I pray that you would be with Lori and give her body peace, give her body rest, but also help her in this prep for this infusion that's happening on Friday. That would go well, that it would provide substantial relief. That you would bless her in that, help her to rest well after the infusion too, and to just be able to take it easy. Help us to come alongside her and encourage her in that too. God, I pray for Solomon. Thank you for this awesome dude who even just loves on us still from his hospital bed. I pray that each day that he's in there is getting better and better. It's been good to hear that there's been some progress, that things are getting a little bit better, but I pray that this progress would just compound and just be awesome, and that you would bring healing, make a way for his body to feel better, to be better, strengthen him, make a way, clear that cancer out, clear the infection out, just be gone. Give him rest. Thank you for this dude that just blesses us with silly AI, with awesome, not just silly, awesome AI images that just, oh man, such encouragement. And thank you for the blessing that he is, just even how he pours into our ministry and pours into other people. God, we pray for our Bolivia crew. Thank you that things have been going well, that they've been having safe travels, and they've been able to get some rest and do different things already. Pray for continued safety for them, continued energy as they're going to be ministering to 64 youth. That is so cool. At a real player camp. That sounds awesome. That's so cool. Pray that you'd be able to bless them, that they would have a good time, that they would be able to share your word with crew in Bolivia and bless them and come away with so many teaching things. God, I pray for my body. There's been a lot of things that have just been hitting, random small things that just are like, what the heck's going on here? And I need your peace. I need your healing. I need your hand on my body. I need your hand on my left foot that's just been bothering me and feeling sore and uncomfortable and trying to figure out what that is. God, help me to figure that out. Also, give me the wisdom to just go to a doctor or like find out who would know these kind of things and what's going on. So, yeah, just prayer for peace in that area, and physically for my area, but and just God, I pray that this banking stuff would just be done and dealt with, that would be resolved quickly and wouldn't be an issue. Thank you that you are a God that provides, that sees us, that cares for us. Help us to follow you, take your lead, and give that to others. We ask it in your name. Amen. All right. Who's ready for some awesome Solomon art here that's going on here? Solomon AI art. Really should just have like a whole section that's just Solomon based art. All right, here we go. Look at that. Tater as a Funko, not as a Funko Pop, as a Bleach Shinigami. A character from Bleach. I love his sword. I love how he's just super excited. Like, I'm gonna chop you up into so many pieces. He's like so bad. Yeah. So totally good time. It's funny, man. Like that would be hilarious. Bankai! I could just hear it. It's fantastic. Here's a second one. This is a more fierce Tater. And I love how his weapon is a drumstick. I'm a fan of it. I'm down with it.
I'll beat you silly with my drumstick. You silly nincompoop. You human.
Stuff like that. By the way, people, our Destiny server has a vendors channel, so I can put all the goodies to grab in there. Yes, I saw that. I'm happy to, well, we don't need a Destiny channel in our Discord server, but there is a Destiny channel that's separate to this that's been created by some other peeps. You should totally do it. You should hit it up. But yeah, that's Tater. That's Tater as a Shinigami. I'm pretty sure the first one was his Shikai, and then the second one was his Bankai. And all the Bleach nerds said amen. All the Bleach nerds said Bankai. That's what we do. We just yell things. I don't want to spam our main server. Right? There's a lot of stuff that we got to work on. But I like Tater. Tater definitely has become like a mini mascot. We should have just a coloring book that's focused on Tater. Imagine that. Like, we start now going to these churches and stuff like that, and we bring, here, guys, you can have a Tater coloring book. Who's Tater? Oh, you don't know Tater? Like, one of our biggest mascots for Graphic Word? Oh, and here's, like, the Destiny one for parents. And, like, this is our ghost. We need to come up with a cool name for ghosts. I was thinking Ruach, but that's a little on the nose. Maybe Rue. Rue could be our ghost name. Short form Ruach. Or Noom. Noom would be another one. Tater doing our programs. This is Tater doing D&D. This is Tater reading the Bible. This is Tater playing Destiny. Pilo, we have now created a marketing strategy. This is a little dangerous. This is what happens when two youthmans hang out on a live stream. They collaborate ideas so much, and they're like, how can we fundraise for a ministry? Right, coloring books. Coloring books gone wild. Oh my goodness. Because, like, Solomon, I guarantee you, all these things I could create as, like, no color images. Like, this is actually... Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty adorable. I could even do, like, the Studio Ghibli Tater. Oh, my goodness. Guys, this is a little too, like, actual reality thing that we could have as a fun little handout, or, like, people contribute $5 for a small coloring book or something like that. Ideas are forming. Yes, this is a problem. We are marketing in a non-profit organization. What are you doing? Sorry, that's horrible. Hello? Testing? There we go. Now I can hear myself, and then music stopped. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Oh, I done goofed. I made the music stop. Guys, I made the music stop. I was going to do a little bit. Now I don't want to do the bit anymore. It was going to be funny, and then it's not funny anymore because it got all so serious and stuff like that. Anywho, guys, thanks for joining on the stream and bearing with us. Professional streamer. Tater would know what to do. I know, right? Tater knows everything. He's so smart and cute. It's unfair. Hey, you guys, I hope you have an awesome day. If you ever need to chat, if you ever need to process some stuff, we're here. We got your back. There's this awesome community that's around. And yeah, jump into the Discord as thrown in over there. It's a good time. And awesome people like Solomon are there. Awesome people are like Pilo are there. And investing in good community. What is that? I don't know what that says. Weird. I don't get it. Graphic Word Uprising. Clearly, that's what we do. We slowly take over the world. Pilo has plans. Oh, shoot. Anywho, guys, know that you can reach out to us. Know that we are a community. That's what we're here for. And whether it's summertime, whether it's winter, whether school's on, whether you're just chilling, we're there. And feel free to connect with us. Jump into the lobby. Go, hey guys, I'm doing this. What are you up to? See what happens. Because there's a whole bunch of nerds on there. Literally 117 people. Currently active 26 people. Yeesh. Pilo saying, if I'm gaming, I'm in VC. I was gaming last night and was in VC and no one showed up. It was a little sad. But it's okay. It's not about me. I just missed people. Anywho, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. Become a nerd of the word, people. Yes. And yes, they do like you more, Pilo. It's a factor. Anyway, guys, have an awesome one.